Hey guys, can you hear me and see me? All right. Let me see if my microphone is working. Can you hear me? Is the audio and the video quality okay? I changed the PC since the first, the German version was really awful. I think HP did an awful job in putting a webcam on that thing. Yes, that's me. I guess that's me. All right. Yeah, this looks much better than the other one. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. Today I have lots of stuff for you, lots of upgrades, since this is going to be a big summer. Been working really hard on a lot of new products. Now it seems like most of them are coming out pretty much at the same time. So I hope you guys have lots of cash because I'm going to offer you a whole lot of new products. And one is more exciting than the other one. Yeah, you want the Interceptor, I guess. I guess everybody wants that thing. Wallet is ready. That's good to hear. The money won't disappear. It just won't be yours anymore. Yeah, reliant on self-defense in Germany. It's true. It's a fact. The world is getting less secure every day. I'll address all these issues, one of the other, Interceptor, Hirschfänger, and all these things. So just stay tuned. Belt-fed version. No, not yet. Interceptor is holding 18 rounds. And there's also a 12-round magazine, which is a little shorter, a little more flat, so you can put it like in an AR-15 magazine belt. All right. Just 3 more minutes and I will officially start. Well, we're shipping from Germany to like Europe and many other countries. But, we do have, people in the UK and also in the US and Canada. So from there on, we will ship right from the US itself or from the UK. All right. I'm happy that this picture and audio quality is now so much better than on the other PC. Hey, Parker Rutherford, $4. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. What's your best price for cash? Yeah. Grüße aus Hessen. Ja, Grüße zurück. Ich bin auch in Hessen, aber im allersüdlichsten Zipfel. Northern California. You're up early. Do you play guitar? No, but I can press play on a CD player or whatever. I love my adder too. I think the adder is still a very cool product, even though it's now a few years old and it's been constantly updated, but it's really a cool product. Okay. All right. So it seems like it's time to start. And I'm going to start by showing you this again. Yes. You all know it. There's been a few changes, like, for example, this lever here. I'm not sure if you can see this right. So this lever is actually on both sides. So you can press it here and on this side too. So it has double side operation. And this allows you to cock the thing while you don't change the grip. So you can just keep it here, dang, and then you can shoot it another time. So this will be in standard with these weapons. And of course, this is the 18-round magazine. You can fill it with 18 bullets and then insert it in no time. That's so cool. That's like the magic moment of this thing here. And as you see, I've mounted a scope right at this part, but you can of course also mount it a little bit more forward if you want to, or at the very top if you like that, like with red dots and so on. It's a really, really cool gun. I just love it. And you can install this one higher, like in an AR-15 position. But this position, of course, has the advantage it's really cool to use your scope. So it just has the perfect height. And as you can also see, this is also equipped with an adjustable cheek rest, which is optional. So this is not standard, but you can just install it and then you have an adjustable cheek rest. So for me, that will be just perfect. So comfortable to shoot. Really nice. I think it's the coolest crossbow that's ever been produced. I think it's so cool. This has this I want this factor. Would you not agree? And it would take 2 more months before we can start shipping it. We are just now releasing the final production. So this was already like a little bit too early, but it's already, as you can see, it's already really close to production. Now a few optimizations have been done, and now production will start, I hope. And this means that it will take about 8 weeks before we have the first shipment in. And then I hope that we will start shipping it immediately. $4.99 is the price in Germany. It's probably a little more expensive in the US because of transportation and everything. It's just the coolest repeating crossbow on the planet, I think. Would you not agree? Hopefully kommt das. Yeah, well, guys, you can ask me questions in German, because I mean the quality of the German stream was so bad. Sorry for that, but I will answer in English for now. So I hope that you can translate later on. Use black screws. Actually, yes, there will be a set of black screws, so you can have an optional set of all the screws in black. I like it that way. I actually like it, and it just comes down to personal taste. So there will be a set of screws in black. That's not a problem. July, well, I would say it's more like August, because if I look at the calendar now, it's the 30th of June. So 2 months from now will be very late in July or early in August. I hope so. Yeah, black is more tactical, but this is, I think I like the contrast. Would you not? I just like it. But really, it comes down to personal taste. Right. So will there be a complete package with arrows and scope and everything? Well, with arrows, there will be some arrows in the box, of course, and you can buy extra arrows. But it really makes no sense, because there's now so many different arrows, so many different types, that it's going to be very hard to do a package that pleases everyone. Same goes for the scope. A lot of people want a scope, but also a lot of people want just a red dot, and some even want open, iron sights. So it will be very hard to make a package that pleases everyone. So I think this will just be a thing that people can configure by themselves. Does this crossbow have string stoppers? It kind of. It has the cocking levers here. See, these cocking levers are also string stoppers. Now people think, it's not made from rubber and so on, but it's really not necessary. Well-rounded metal is just sufficient. I've done a million shots with all kinds of different throwing arms. Now the thing is that the stopper themselves is really not necessary for the weaker arms, and even for the stronger, it is caught by this here. But the string always suffers right in the middle where the claw is attached and where it's actually hitting the end of the nock, and therefore you don't really need rubber string stoppers. It's just not necessary. But of course, these claws here will catch the string every time, so that's not a problem. What will come in the box and how much to the UK? I don't know what Mike is gonna charge in the UK. Probably the same thing, just around 500 euros. So that will be the price, and it will come with a 60 pound throwing arm, and will come with a few of the arrows, and it will come with a magazine already, and you can buy more stuff if you want to. 180 pound bow. No, the 180 pound bow, the strongest bow limb set that we're gonna offer for it is the 120, and that's really mighty powerful because it's carbon fiber reinforced, and this means that you can get it up to like over 30 joules. So you are just going towards the basic entry level adder setup, even though it's a smaller crossbow. Yeah, the cost for the limbs, I don't know that yet. This will have to be figured out. So, but not very expensive. It's just all affordable. How do you grease the rail? I never grease rails. I never do it. What you need to do is you need to grease the string like a little bit with the string wax, and that is mostly for the claw, and then when it hits the arrow. But other than that, I think you don't really have to grease the rail ever. The limbs are not interchangeable with the adder, no, because this is a stinger size. So this means that the adder has a little bit longer power stroke, and therefore you can't put in the bow limbs, but then it will be a lot weaker since you're not using the full power stroke that it's designed for. So this is what you can do is you can use. So here I got the ones from the Vlad on. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, it says Vlad here. So, but you can put the Stinger, the Vlad ones on here for the old Cobra. So, but this is pistol size. It's not adder size. Adder is like a little bigger. Broadheads for these on the UK website. Well, you can use for example, you can use the Saxon war bolts right away because this fits like every bolt that's ever been made for the pistol crossbows for the 6.3 inch. So for the Stinger, for the Cobra, for all these crossbows, it will also fit in here. And it takes every one of them. Broadheads, bodkins, training arrows, just everything. And you can mix them even. So it's an amazing crossbow. I just love it. I think it's one of the major breakthrough in crossbow technology. Which brings me over to the Hirschfänger. You guys love this one? Because I do. I'm completely in love with this design. I think it's one of the coolest knives that's ever been on the planet. And I designed it. Well, I optimized the design and took it over for someone else from the so-called paratrooper knife, even though it was never issued to any German paratroopers. But don't you love it? Don't you love how the blade magically appears? And then you have a huge blade here, sharp on both sides. It does come with the black scales as well, so you get it in a package with the real. It's really antler. True, it's not plastic, but you also get a second set in black with the whole thing. So it's really, really cool. It comes with a sheath for the open and also for the closed knife. I believe it's great. I'm gonna take this to the Blade Show in Atlanta next week because I wanna actually try to actually present it to the jury for getting a knife award at the Blade Show because I think it deserves it. Knife like this has never been on the market before. I think it's so cool. So I hope that it's going to make a price, but I'm of course not sure because competition is fierce. This will hit the market in the summer. So we think that it will be July or August in the States because of extra transportation. This is 179 euros. So it's limited to 5,000 pieces, numbered limited edition, and there will never be a second production run. So it's a one-time release, and that's it. It's a collector's knife, and I'm sure it will very quickly connect value because this is so hot. You cannot imagine how many people are asking me when will it come out. When will it come out? I think it's really, really cool, right? But the next knife that actually will be available is this beautiful little thing here. This is the Nano Hellbard, and it's actually designed by me, and then it was refined by Midgards, and then it's now made by Fox Knives, an Italian company, which is really known for it. And what this is It's a fist knife, really. It's very effective. But it's not just a fixed knife. It also has a bit here, so you can put your bits in here, so anything. And it also has a glass breaker, and it also has a little clip here. And you can actually put the clip on both sides. Now, for me, since I'm right-handed, this is the perfect side. Now, of course, others would turn it around. It does not lock, and therefore it is legal in Germany. Otherwise, fist knives that are locking or are have a fixed blade are illegal, banned. But since this is a slip joint, it's not illegal. You don't really need a lock in here because once you got it in your hand, it cannot fold on you. And it looks so different. I mean, this looks completely different to anything that's been on the market before. And it easily slips into your pocket, just much like a pen. But I think it's an iconic design, and I actually love it very much. It will also come in different colors, but Gogan will only sell the black color. Yeah, limited to 5,000 pieces. Is that a bottle opener? Well, I'm a German. To me, everything is a bottle opener. Yeah, also what's going to come out really soon, again in the summer, is the Rescue Hammer. Rescue Hammer, and this is actually the belt loop. So this is really cool. And as you see, it's a Rescue Hammer with a glass breaker, and it's really effective. But it's the only product on the market that has a built-in glass saw. So you can actually saw open a front window shield. So you can use this to hack in, and then I actually have a video where I'm showing that it only takes like about a minute to saw through. So you can actually rescue people from out of a car with this thing, and it's really effective. It's completely unique, I think, and it's heavy in the hand. The blade actually locks in place with the hex pin here. Not sure if you can see this right. Let me see if you can see it. It's actually a hex pin. So it is completely firm. I love this. And this is actually this is not a limited edition, but it's a limited edition first production run. So it's only 2,400 pieces in the first production run. And then later on, it will also be available in more production runs. It's the only knife that I offer so far that is not limited, because so many people said, I got to have one. And this is so important because it saves lives, that I decided to make this not limited. So it's only a limited first production run, and then we'll produce more if there will be demand for it. And I guess there will be demand for it. Later in the year, we'll also turn this into reality. So this is my handmade prototype with blunt aluminum blades, but it is the double 10-toe with the magic blades. So as you saw, the blades like disappear in the handles. Very, very cool. I love it very much. And it will be so cool. And the quality when Fox is finished with this will be so nice. It's beautiful. Of course, both blades lock, so they automatically lock. So this is not flimsy. It's really solid. They just unlock each other when you push them down. So I think it's a really cool design. The original idea is by Martin Koenig, a guy from the Netherlands who visited me here, and he has a much nicer version, 3D printed and like aluminum looking. But mine was handmade. I'm actually fairly proud about it. I can't wait until this hits the market because it's so unique. All right, I also have some more stuff for you. First of all, we're going to get the trackers. The trackers are also made by Fox, and this is how it comes. It comes completely with this thing here, but believe it or not, this massive thing is actually a folding knife. So you can fold it. It's really massive and very solid, satisfying sound. It has two locks. It has a functioning back lock, but it also has another lock up here. So, and it actually is available also in a titanium version, but it's very limited. So this is the much heavier titanium. Is that a beautiful thing? I mean, look at this thing. Very, very, very nice. Two-hand opener, so it's legal to carry in Germany. No problem. So this is also going to hit the market soon, I guess. How do you like it? Also, what's going to come in the summer is the fillet knife. So the fillet knife is just amazing because this is, I mean, it's high-end. It's super expensive because it's just top-notch material. So as you can see, It has CPM S35VN steel, limited to 1,200 pieces only. This is real carbon. It's made to be super light, so this is only 100 grams in weight. So this is actually, it weighs the same as a bar of chocolate. And super light, super slim. I mean, look at how slim it is. And it's like completely opposite to the Pocket Chetty, which is massive and heavy, but this is light and quick and super mean. This will be quite expensive, 279 euros, but I think it's one of the most exciting knives I've ever designed. I really love it. How do you like it? All right, some more stuff that I can show you before I start answering questions. Baby Valhalla. Not sure if you guys saw it. This is the Gogan version. Now the magic of this knife is when you open it. Look at this. Isn't that great? I mean, you can hold it like so. You can also hold it like so. This comes. It's really an EDC knife. It's much more slim than the big Valhalla, but it has the same double-sided locking feature, so that you can press here and here, and then you can swing the blade in. It's like magic, isn't it? I love this knife. It will come to market very soon. Then we also have, with a little bit of a delay, the Deutsche Taschenmesser. And this is like a massive, huge version like of the Swiss Army knife design. It has a very functioning double row saw, which of course has the proper length to really work as a saw. Now this one will be like a month later because I had complaints about this design here. The lock wasn't strong enough, so I wanted a stronger lock. And they have gone back to production. And I'm actually supposed to get my new production release sample tomorrow. So hopefully I can give green light tomorrow so that the production for this one can start too. Yeah, and last but not least, I also wanted to show you a handmade slingshot. Not sure if you guys saw it in the video, because I think this is a superb match for the Hirschfänger, since it both uses antler for scales. Now this one is plywood, multiplex plywood. It's not lacquered, it's just only polished, but I think the finish is really amazing. It sits great in the hand. And a lot of people don't know it, but I still make a lot of slingshots. I'm just not making videos about them anymore, since I don't really want to repeat myself over and over. But I still have a big heart for slingshots. I just love them. And I love the feel of a well-polished, well-finished slingshot. What do you think? All right, so I'm done with my presentations. Now you guys can ask me questions if you want. Yeah. Okay, someone know when the Interceptor will be? I already said this. It's going to take another 2 months, I think. Right. We're buying my Interceptor and the double Tento knives. Great, that's good to know. Interceptor magazines, I don't know this yet. I think we talked about the prices, but I forgot. So you have to stay tuned until we advertise it. What's the status of the Mini Adder V3? Yeah, the Mini Adder, you mean the new crossbow from EK Archery? It's actually in design, and I'm supposed to get my sample really, really soon. We will unveil it. It's completely the opposite policy, marketing policy that my shows. So the EK Archery will unveil that thing in late summer, in August, and it will be available right afterwards. So there will be like an EK Archery Day here in Germany, which we will host, and then we will unveil it, and then boom, it's going to be available. So it's more like Apple style. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a really, really amazing crossbow, a completely different design idea compared to the Mai. So I think you obviously have to have both, but it will be really, really good. Are we getting a last update, like a date for the Mai before the full release? Yes, as soon as I have everything. I publish every new thing. So from this final production release one, then I will have a sample and I will present it to you guys, because that will be then 100% identical to the one that comes from production. And I will also have all the data, like the prices of the magazine and all these final data for you then. This is expected in the next 2 weeks, I think. H3 Max 2, when can we expect a proper review? Yeah, hopefully soon. I have to say that here I cannot really do a full power video, because in Germany we got legal obligations, so we cannot really do this. I cannot shoot a full power air gun here in my garden, even though I'm allowed to have it, but I have to take it to the shooting range to shoot it. And then usually there's a range master who prevents me from shooting at all kinds of things. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to do it. But I would definitely do one more video, and I hope that maybe Matt in the US will also be able to do one in full power. Will we ever see another Pocket Chatty? Yeah, actually, yes. So if you go to the Midgard's Facebook page, you can already see how it's going. I have designed a knife that's called the Pocket Parang. It's actually a parang machete. It follows the same idea that the Pocket Chatty had, but of course it's a completely differently shaped machete. It's even more brutal than the Pocket Chatty, very brutal. And it is influenced by Midgard's design line, so it has huge chimpings. So I actually love it. And you can see videos, because there's already been functional prototypes. You can see videos on the Midgard's Facebook page. Do we hire people for our company? Yes, in fact, we do. So if you want to work in Essen, yeah, just come over and talk to my guys, and we certainly have a job for you. Okay, what are the functions of the mini adder? Can't say no. It's too early. I'm under non-disclosure, but I can tell you it's super, super exciting. It's another groundbreaking repeating crossbow. I'm so proud that my little invention from a few years back has inspired so many people to come up with enhancements. And actually, I feel that I was completely right in giving that thing into public domain, since otherwise we would now not have this situation where several companies compete with each other and increasing the technology over and over again. This worked like a charm, and I'm so proud about it. Will there ever be entry-level Midgards? Yes, there will be, because there will be Böker Plus lines designed by Midgards. I've actually provided a few of the designs myself. So Böker will produce them in their Böker Plus line, and they're much more affordable. But of course, they're also mass-produced and no longer like custom-made in small quantities. When will the Megalodon and the FX Gatling will come? Megalodon is currently in the PTB authority check, and they can take anything between 4 and 8 weeks, I think, to complete it. We already have 2,000 pieces in stock, so shipping will begin right after we get the certification by the authorities. Yeah, so FX Gatling, we've now received our 5 samples that we can give to the authorities for test. And we're already getting the first production run started, since we're absolutely certain that it will pass. And this means that it will be on the market in about 8 to 10 weeks. Can I do penetration test video with my Interceptor? Of course I can, but it will really come down to what kind of bowlim set you put on. It's like the same thing. It shoots like as hard and as everything, very comparable to the other crossbows on the market. But in terms, compared to competitors, we have a real lock, and of course, so therefore, it's probably a little bit more accurate and certainly a little more reliable. I hope you have a big wallet, because you're going to be flooded under. Well, I decided this year to have my house fixed, so it will be completely replastered and repainted, and a lot of things will be repaired. So I don't think that I will have much cash left after those people are gone. It's expensive, but it's time. How long until we ship the MK2? Yeah, we're still testing. We're still running tests in other countries with the full power semi-auto feature. We're not yet happy with the results, so we're optimizing it. I don't want to ship the gun unless it's completely finished. But we will update people next week. Why no AA on GoGun UK side? Well, they are also in legal clarification regarding the AA products. There have been people that have doubts about the legal status, and Mike wants to make sure that it's legal, so that nobody buys a gun that is not legal in the UK. I understand. All right. Short sword you present. Will there be a version of it without the jade stone? I don't know. This is a question for Midgards. As you know, we only have like 25% of the Midgard shares, so we're not controlling the company. So you need to go over to the Midgard's Facebook page and ask the guys there. I haven't heard about one. They actually have a hard time getting enough of these swords in stock the way they are. They're completely sold out and they're like flooded with orders. And I gave one to Shad from Shadiversity, and he loves it, and he will make a video. And I guess as soon as that hits, that will increase the demand like to no end. So I trust me, if you hold this sword in your hand, you instantly have to get it. You have to get it because it's so unique. It feels so great in the hand. It's hard to describe with words. You see the pump action kit and extended magazine that Atmotech makes for the 45. No, I haven't seen those. How to get prepared against a terror attack? Well, terror attacks, they vary a great deal. It's just one terrorist or 40 of them storming your house. Yeah, then probably a minigun is the only way. What about the Incentorial? Is there something in the works? Yes, as I said, I just showed it. You probably came a little later. We have the knife manufacturers looking at it. The plans are there. So we hope that soon we will get the first prototype from manufacturing. But it will be towards the end of the year. It's a lot of work to do yet. Okay, is the practical level of pressure? Higher caliber guns of the same pressure. Yeah, we have a new compressor in-house that goes up to 7,000 psi. So it's not limited to about 5,000 psi like so far. So pressure does increase now. And you're right, higher pressure is the key to more power and also more volume in the same cartridge. So that's going to happen as well. Yeah. Is it possible to send you a video via mail package with a USB stick and a suggestion? Sure. My email address is right in my About page. So in the YouTube About, you will find my email address. It's my real email address. So you can send me anything to that address, anything. Just please no jokes that are not proper. Can be a little bit dirty and naughty, but decent. All right. Are there files available for the latest version of the 3D printed crossbow? I don't know. I mean, I've featured that crossbow, but I don't own a 3D printer myself, and I'm not smart enough to use it. So therefore, you have to go to these communities and ask people. Ever thought about reverse compound links or something like the Interceptor? No. Reverse compound links are something that is very attractive for single-shot, powerful hunting crossbows. Since with these crossbows, you just go into your tree stand, in the evening, and then you hopefully have one shot. Often you don't even have that one shot. You never recock it. While I do repeating tactical crossbows that people shoot a lot. The big disadvantage of reverse crossbow limbs is that the angle of the string gets very, very, very steep. And this is terrible for the string, since all the windings get unwound and then the chafing is enormous. So this is what you don't want on a tactical repeating crossbow. Since it requires a ton of string changes, the strings will never last long. And the problem is that replacing them on a reverse limb system is really complicated. You typically need special tools for that really cost the same that the entire crossbow cost. So I think reverse crossbow limbs are great for powerful single-shot hunting crossbows, but they're a terrible idea for repeating crossbows. For repeating crossbows, you want something reliable, something that's very easy to maintain, something that is cheap to maintain because it's just a string and you can exchange it with no extra tools. So I'm not a fan of fancy limb sets for crossbows like this. Yeah. Why do you steal ideas and say they are yours? I'm not aware that I'm stealing any ideas. Sometimes I just, take design ideas from others, but then I openly say so. I often do that, and I never file patents. And my ideas I always give into the public domain. So, railguns. I can't work with railguns because railguns here are regulated. So I would need to have a master gunsmith license. I've seen a few, and I think they're very interesting, attractive stuff, but I can't make one here. Right. What will the FX Gatling cost? Well, it's not cheap, so I guess it will be an expensive gun. I think it will come in, if we're lucky, at around 1,800 euros. It's an expensive gun, but it's also a super cool gun. Probably the coolest air gun I've ever seen. Are you planning on building another pistol crossbow with this time proper flat coil springs? No, coil springs are just not a good idea for pistol crossbows. right? I don't think that they're a good idea for that. So, and pistol crossbows, yeah. Next thing that I'm working on is actually the opposite. I want to make a full size repeating crossbow with a very intelligent cocking mechanism. Since we now have a lot of pistol crossbows and mid-size crossbows, but what's not there, but there's clearly a lack, is a full size crossbow, and I think the market needs it. So this is what I'm working on right now. Need to get the cat out. All right. USB OTF knife on the Gogan website. Is it okay? Do you mean the small one? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really know. But knowing the UK, it's probably not. If you're in doubt regarding legality in the UK, typically things are not legal. I would like to see a repeating crossbow made with Excalibur style recurved arms. Yes, exactly. That's the way to go. Not with compound. Compound's just not durable enough. Megalodon, yes, 1500 is the current plan. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, he wanted out. All right. Any more questions, guys? Or have I answered them all? No, first deliveries of the HP Max MK2 have not gone out yet, and I think it will be a while. We will update our customers next week. We're still running some tests in other countries where it's legal, because I want to make sure that semi-auto functions 100% reliable in that thing. And so far, that's not been the case. We have some reliability issues in the semi-auto feed, and I want this fixed before I sell any of these guns. I hope that you understand. Workshop is pretty finished, and it's now repainted from the outside. Inside, I think it's really finished, so I'm really happy. Shooting blowgun darts with compressed air was an idea of Top Shot Dust. I don't know that guy. Saxon Warballs was an idea of Weapon Collector, and the magazine was an idea of another YouTuber. Well, yeah, I know that it was the idea of another YouTuber, and I actually gave him credit the first time I showed my version. It's in there, and I've actually even linked this video. Never said that I based this. This was just enhanced by me. It was not my original idea. And actually, repeating pistol crossbows have been invented 4,000 years ago by the Chinese. And others. I designed these Saxon warballs myself, and they may look similar to others on the market. I mean, these Saxon warballs are called Saxon warballs because the tips have been invented by the Saxons, and that's like 1,000 years ago. So I'm not sure. So a lot of things that I design are my basic ideas, but of course I could never say that. Always, if you design a knife, you can actually be absolutely sure someone else had the same idea before you. It doesn't mean that I copied it. I don't really do copies. And when I copy someone, I give proper credit. Why would I not do that? Come on. What can we expect regarding air guns? Can these air guns be topped? A question from Germany. Yes, they can. They're not there yet. Air guns, I think, currently are not really rivaling firearms. And they will, of course, never excel in any kinds of things. Firearms will always be faster regarding the projectile speed. They will always have more energy. So this is something that cannot be exceeded. But air guns have a potential to actually be better than firearms, specifically in the US. The air gun that I really want to see, first of all, has an exchangeable magazine. So think about a magazine just like this one that contains the air and the ammo. So it would have enough. It would probably have 40 rounds of 30 cal slugs in here and enough air, maybe at 7,000 or 9,000 psi. And so therefore you will never run out of air, because you exchange the magazine just like on a firearm, and you can refill the magazine with air and bullets, but you can have as many magazines as you want on you. Also, I think it will need to be silenced right away. So there will be there will actually be a shroud over the barrel that is the silencer already. So this gun will be completely silent, absolutely city limit compatible, so you can shoot all day long without ever noticing someone, without ever disturbing someone. And I also think that for the US version, it needs to be full auto and 3-shot bursts, which firearms can do. So this is my dream air gun. I'm actually working with a manufacturer on doing exactly that. I want a gun that can go full auto in the US market and in other markets where it's legal. I want one where the air is not limited by how much you can put in the cartridge, because the air is in the magazine already. And I want it to be high capacity and small package. And that can only work if you go to a higher pressure than the 5,000 PSI that we have today. And AA has already made the step in bringing out a 7,000 PSI compressor. And I hope that they would upgrade it to 9,000 PSI. Then we are really talking. So this is my vision for where air guns will go to in the future. Have you ever been contracted by the military? No, I have no interest in the military contracts because they are late in payment. They're difficult to work with. I don't really want to go into that business. So thanks. There's enough people that do it. And I would probably not even qualify for going through all the safety protocols, since I probably have done stupid things when I was young that would then haunt me. Would you also power the full auto action with the spring, or also no, with air? Air. It would all be air activated. Hail the king slingshots of blades. Thanks for this. What I think, which kind of manufacturer will be doing this stream? I am actually working with one who is absolutely capable in doing so, but I can't tell you the name yet. Whipshot 2.0. Yeah, well, we are upgrading the Whipshot a little bit, but I don't think that there will be a 2.0 version. Yeah. Imagine having compressed air instead of gunpowder in its 30. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. These things exist. There's like the cartridges that hold this. And with the increase in pressure, it comes closer to reality. But it will take a long time until you have enough pressure. Like I think a 308 would easily have, how much? 15,000 bar of a pressure. It would take a long time until you can pressurize air that high. What about semi-auto crossbow with a motor, for example? Would that be legal in Germany? Yes, it would be legal in Germany. The only thing is it would be super expensive, since you have two choices. Either you get a seriously powerful motor, which is very expensive, and that would propel the price for that crossbow into the sky, or you would have to go with a weaker engine, but then it would take a longer time, because then you would have to use a transmission. So cocking would take forever, just like the Revin 500E. It takes forever to cock. That's not acceptable. But if you go higher in speed and energy, it becomes more clumsy and a lot more expensive. So I think one day we will see it, but maybe the time is not right. It's not ripe yet. Yeah, of course I know that Stark guy. Of course. But this is something that would be illegal here in Germany, and I never do illegal stuff. So. Would you be choice for home defense, a Challenger or Evenix Max Air 2 in Holland? Okay, I would definitely go for the Max Air 2. Rate of fire. I mean, for home defense, you need high rate of fire. If you have the Challenger, it just takes too long to repeat the action. And power-wise, the Evenix Max Air 2 is definitely powerful enough for anything. I mean, no one is going to show up in a suit of armor. Yeah, I saw videos of electric repeating crossbow too. I actually know exactly what you're talking about. Very cool project. Not sure if it's ready for the market yet. When will Megalodon, Gatling, and Interceptor be? When will you be able to order those? For legal reasons, I only take orders for these guns as soon as they're officially certified, since I can't bring them legally into circulation before that's the case. And some people may say that I'm bringing them in circulation just by taking orders. So I can put you on a notification list, but I cannot accept orders before the authorities officially certify the product. Is the pump action 50 HP max? I don't know, Atmotech. I don't know who that is, but normally in Germany, these guns are not illegal, but they require a permit unless you bring them down to 7.5 joule and bring them through government certification. So this has to be done first, and it can only be done by a company that resides in Germany and is officially the importer. And currently, I don't have any plans to bring a 50 caliber HP Max through certification. How many dogs I have? Just one, and it's actually a mix between St. Bernard and Bernese Mountain, my Rolfie. What do you think of what I think of the Leishi 2? I saw the gun, attractive design, but it is made in Russia, and I'm a big supporter of the Ukraine. I think that Putin needs to be defeated. I think down with Putin and with everyone who supports him. Therefore, I no longer buy anything that is made in Russia. I cut out ties with Russian companies. Sometimes very sad, because those are really nice people. But I'm a patriot, and I don't want to in any way support the enemy. So I know that there's a lot of people that have a different point of view, that actually think Putin is great and the Ukrainians are bad and whatnot. What I can tell you is I respect and tolerate your opinion, but I also expect you to tolerate my opinion. And I'm a big supporter of Ukraine, and I want to see Putin defeated. Therefore, I don't do anything to support Russian economy. That's it. Clearly, that's my plan. Yeah, will there be other companies doing these projects? I'm sure there will be. There's a lot of money to be made with really big bore air guns, and specifically in Germany, where the market is completely dry. So I guess I will see some competition, and that's okay. Competition is okay, as long as you still have advantages over competition. So I actually embrace competition because it keeps discussion alive. Can an Evanix with 100 joule be deadly? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely deadly. Believe me. People always think that they compare it with a 22, but don't forget that the 30 caliber bullets have a much higher mass, so the impact is much more terrifying. All right, guys. So I think we got most of it covered. And yeah, well, so if you don't have any more questions, this actually will stay online afterwards, so you can get back to it and you can rewatch it if you want, if you have missed the beginning and so on. I'm really grateful for you that you have been here. And if you need to know more, it's easy to reach me. Just leave a comment on this video or any other one, or join my Facebook pages. I have several of those. I'm constantly online. So anyway, I hope you like this, because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye.